All right. So, quick recap for everybody before this game. So, yesterday, you guys went all spy team on Gibbet, and it turned out really great. Except for like everybody was like really beat up from it. You got a lot of extra information from Gibbet and Akana, and like the spy team are like parsing the information for themselves right now. But we're not focusing on that section right now. We're going back to Dyad, and the rest of the crew's not there. It's just the 4 people in this game are the ones that like have anything going on in Dyad. If we remember, Joaquin recently saved Kay from getting shot by a null magic bullet and lost an eye. And made friends with Tisk, and he has become a confidential informant that only informs like officers. Like none of the normal crew knows that Tisk is on you guys' side. Like to you guys, he just seems shady as fuck. But we are actually going to start today, like in a meeting that happened a couple, like probably months, game time wise, but like should have happened a couple Fridays ago. And now we will introduce the players. As soon as... Yeah, right. Production value. Alright. So we have Nichol, who is played by Professor Winter.
Evening, everyone.
We have Dark Joaquin, who is played by Ez.
It's me, Ezhno.
And we got Krieg, who is played by Toast.
Hello there.
And Caram is played by Prophecy.
Pleased to be here.
So, excellent. And, wait, before we get there, there's a... Oh no, we'll wait until more people show up. So, we're in Sal's bar. And this is happening at, like, pretty shortly after, Sal told the crew that when he saw Krieg, he wants to meet Krieg. And Caram and Professor Winter have come to provide like extra muscle for and intimidation because he's terrified of Nichol. He's absolutely terrified of Nichol because he intimidated him with a 20. And so Sal is sitting. I'll move you guys to the center of this thing so the whole stream can see everybody at the same time. Whoop. Remember, in comparison, Sal, again, is much, much taller. And this is one of his, like, lackeys. And Sal walks up to Krieg, and he's like, please take a seat. And just like...
Pleasure to meet you. He kind of reaches his hand out for a handshake.
He reaches his hand out and, like, gives you the handshake back. And he's... Oh, yeah, the new artwork is in ArtShare if you guys want to go look at it and then, like, take a second to yourselves. Like, that's fine. It's pretty amazing.
Nice drop.
Alright. Excellent. So Sal, like, has drinks set up at the tables for you all. Like, and whatever your favorite drink is, if you have ordered it at the Diving Bell, that is what he has for you. He has extensive dossiers on all of you. And he's just like, due to complications and certain events arising with Silver Thimble coming into the picture and you all, like, getting really back into fighting shape, of which I appreciate, I am sure that you must realize that I now have to live a more forthright life. I must take a back seat to my little dalliances, if it were, into... And he's just like, looks at the three of you like, not to beat around the bush. Organized crime. I took my swing and I've stepped down from that life. But I'm sure that you can understand in my absence there has become a vacuum. And I was hoping that the vacuum would be filled with my cohorts, the Linkertons or any of the other local gangs. But no. And he throws like some like recently developed photos on the table in front of you, and you just see like flamingos loading boxes in the backs of trucks and like pushing something. You can't see what kind of they're selling on the street corners, but they're definitely selling things on the street corners. And then like closed off buildings with like flamingos as security guards armed to the teeth. It's just like, it seems when you all showed up, you brought organized crime of your own.
It is unfortunate that such a pestilence has spread to your fine town. We'd be more than happy to try and work with you to get a common goal of riddance of this pink menace.
And see, I'm interested in filling that power vacuum, you understand? And if I can't do it myself, he looks at the three of you, he's just like, would you be interested in this?
So you'd like us to work together? Or
I would
take
like you to
everything?
work in the shadows and keep my hands clean. I am going to be the mayor.
Co-mayor.
And like, I don't want to know what you're doing or why you're doing it. I just want a more suitable level of criminal in my city, if you understand.
Of course. So what assurances do we have that you're not just gonna go rampart if you see something happening? Because we can always just do this, or we can try and help fill the void with something else.
And at that, I smile ever so slightly, but otherwise don't say a word.
Seems like you have a need to take a little bit more control back from your town, whereas we are just helping out Reedy.
Let's cut to the chase. We all know Reedy's a sweetheart.
Nice guy.
Nice guy. Nicest guy. Do you think he could get his hands dirty? And he slaps down like photos, and you see a photo of Reedy and Bobbert like having like dinner together at Krieg's at Market Square.
The only time he can get his hands dirty is when he's going to the bathroom.
Gross.
His wife, though, she knows how to do it.
It's like sad for him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just making sure that, the two of you good gentlemen, especially you, Krieg, maintain on topic.
Hey, I've got a girlfriend. I know what I'm doing.
So, with this, it's just like Sal just walks around the room. He's just like, we have to ingratiate us to these flamingos. As he like walks past, he's just like, we must prove that you are also of
Funny
the
you should
untrustworthy sort.
mention that. I have been in contact with some people, but that's another subject entirely. So were you having any thought on suggestions, or should we just go about...
So he's just like, firstly, the flamingos have taken over the underground fighting ring. It used to be smaller, but they've brought in a lot of coin to it. So, like, more people are getting involved than ever before. Like, legitimate boxing is out. It's all this underground mixed martial arts. Like, no rule fighting. Large bets.
Robert could never come up with an idea himself. That's figures.
And then, he's just like, and also, they've been smuggling in goods. Like, I'm not sure where these goods are coming from. I'm not collecting any taxes on them, and I find that very rude. They're selling some strange... It's actually important for you guys to know that in Dyad, they don't really use magic. Like, they're not slinging spells around. That's why when Professor Winter turns icy in front of Sal, Sal's terrified. He's scared of magic. Like, there are no wizards here. Like, whatever you guys do is very impressive to him. And basically the whole city of Dyad. And he's just like, they're bringing in what can best be explained as, like, a potion. People say it makes your dreams come true. And they're peddling it up and down the streets of the south side.
Okay. Is it seem to be harmful in nature, or does it just seem to be, he goes in quotation marks, all good fun?
We have had many go to the hospital claiming they're being chased by their nightmares. We have been unable to help them. Some have just died of fright.
Okay.
Literally, of fright.
Scared to death, some would say.
And it's just like, so I need you to get in good with these flamingos. Like, see if they'll let you in the room. Like, get as much information as you can, and then we will, like, together take them out and kick them out of my city.
Well, enough money and they'll let anybody in the room. So what are you going to... I borrow your money and then just get in there?
I will float you whatever you need.
And then the Krieg just get the biggest smile ever. It's like, excellent.
Alright, and from there, we are gonna go, like, around the places. So, I think Caram, it makes the most sense, like, and, like, you guys can talk about it if you want to, like, do you guys want to go, like, sorry.
Real quick, what do we get for doing this for Sal?
You will get, first off, he'll start supplying the entire Silver Thimble with more goods. Like, he is going to be giving you, like, truckloads of, like, goods that have been in, like, warehouses and storage that he has just been holding back for a rainy day. So instead of lemons, you guys are going to get a bunch of dried goods. You're going to get tons of rice. You're going to get, like, preserved canned goods like crazy. And this will really up the stuff that Silver Thimble has access to. You also get more, like, supplies. And that is going to be based on the roles that you guys do right now as you, like, break up. And this is a montage scene that we're doing. I want to do 3 separate little scenes. Yeah, like actual food instead of lemons. So
So I assume we're kind of outside of Sal's bar at the moment. It's like, okay, as much as we probably shouldn't, let's split up and see if we can't find more and get into some places we probably should be. And then we can... I'm gonna climb on top of Truffles because he's been waiting outside and be like, okay.
Oh, has he? Because, like, I had him in the bar. Like, Sal was just like, and also, can you get that thing out of here?
Well, that's just rude. This is Truffles, and he's my second best friend.
Oh, I made Joaquin the GM layer and took Joaquin out of the GM layer instead of Truffles. No. Joaquin doesn't belong there. Joaquin has not entered the show yet.
I am not here. I'm not here.
There you go. There's Truffles.
Wonderful.
I love him.
Look at that weird mushroom cow. You're right in front of his fucking face, though. Alright. Caram, and this is, weeks you guys are doing this, so don't worry about, it having to be that same night. Caram, you have gotten yourself into, the underground fighting ring. You have, gotten to enough street fights that they have invited you in to, actually compete. There's a large crowd around you cheering and betting on you. So yeah, how are you going to convince them that you are that you should be allowed to advancement in their group?
Yeah, that's actually a tough one. The only thing I can think of is flat out fighting essentially one of the middle of the class of the next rank up to get in. Actually show that I have the capabilities to actually be in the ring.
Get them all up.
No, you're definitely in the ring. You've worked your way up into that. I've got no doubt that Caram can beat the shit out of people. That's fine. So you are in the ring right now, and you are squaring off against this lion guy that's also been part of it. He is wearing thick armor, even though it's a fist fight, and he's just swinging at you.
Caram's just gonna have some fun with it. He's not gonna be swinging at first. He's just gonna be focusing on dodging his attacks, showing that even though this guy has immense power, it means nothing if you can't actually hit your target.
Alright, roll me a 20-sider.
Of course. Tough choice.
Alright. So tough choice. Alright, so you can do that. You can make him look bad by dodging all of his attacks. But he's gonna start learning your learning your patterns, and it's gonna make actually knocking him out difficult. He's better than you thought he was. He's moving in, and he gets really close with one of his haymakers, and then he just seems to be dialing you in. And you watch outside the ring, you can see a lot of people handing coins back and forth and just making notes about how close that attack was. That's one of the things you can choose. The second one that you can choose is you recognize the threat and just crack him in the jaw and just take him down one hit. I'm picturing have you ever seen Snatch? If you guys ever seen? Oh, alright. For everybody that has seen Snatch, there's a scene where Mickey, played by Brad Pitt, is a one-shot machine of a boxer. So I'm picturing you're just thin and he's coming in it for the haymaker, and you immediately see that if I let him swing again, he might hit me. So you take him out right then. You can end the fight right now, decisively, or you can keep it going at risk.
I think I'll take him out in one kick. Just straight to the jaw.
By the way, I bet on Caram.
Of course you did.
Joaquin, can you give me a 20-sider?
Sure can.
Okay. So with an 8 for Joaquin, do you think Joaquin bet on Caram to take him out right then? Or do you and you won a lot of money from the flamingos? Or do you think, even though Joaquin knows that Caram is going to win that fight, Joaquin willingly lost money to these flamingos to ingratiate themselves?
I think we are gonna take the fall on purpose.
Okay. So, like, I don't even think Caram sees you outside the ring because of the mixed success nature of it. But, like, the flamingos are, like, laughing and just, like, slapping you on the back. Always good to have you around for something. For a payout, Joaquin. Or, like, if you, whatever name you gave them. And they take your coin and make this big pile of it.
Is it okay if I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Caram just is looking down, and he's just looking disappointed and just looks at the people who set up the fight and he's like, seriously? This is the best you could do? Some guy in big, heavy armor? This?
Roll me a 20-sider. Alright. So with a 16, they just they look at you like, you know what? We can always use a bruiser. Maybe we could set you up with a better fight. Come talk to us. And then, like, the screen goes, like, fades to black. And we go to an alley. And Professor Winter, Nichol, you are walking down the street. Or, like, I'm gonna say that you're probably, like, above watching. How does Nichol, like, sneak up? Like, what is Nichol's, like, being stealthy look like?
I'd say he probably would be staying relatively high up, someplace there where, with this sort of thing, he could keep an eye on people without them noticing him. And if someone were to try something, he'd have his gun or his nifty little sword Fable to take care of things quickly if need be. Or, if he needs to make an escape, just has some freezing fog flow down and no one can see a thing.
Alright, so we've got Nichol is going to be, like, up on the, like, the fire escape of this building situation. And, like, you're looking down and you were seeing 3 flamingos, like, pressuring this guy. And this guy is definitely one of the older gang members. He's, like, he's from the gang that the one crew stole the mopeds from. Like, he's just a little gang. And they're, like, pushing him around, and, like, they're pushing him back and forth, and each time they push him, they're, like, ripping more and more of his, like, money out of his pockets. And they're just, like, they throw him to the ground, and they're just, like, doing the flamingo stomp thing on him, where they're just, like, all 3 of them turning in circles, while they just, like, step on the shit, beat the shit out of this frog. And they're just, like, you gotta join up with the right crew. And, like, you do see one of them, like, pulls a gun and puts it to his temple.
Well, do they look like they're actually going to be serious about pulling the trigger if this guy says no?
I think that's probably a roll 20-sider for me. No, it seems like it's all bluster. Like, yeah. I think what you actually see is the fact that that gun isn't loaded.
Well, at this point, I'm supposed to play nice, so, trying to interrupt this thing probably wouldn't be the best move yet. I want to see which way they're going to go, and, maybe if they end up being in a bit of trouble, I can give them a bit of a helping hand on the sly. Of course, if this little guy starts giving him a little bit of trouble, like say through, suddenly one of these flamingos suddenly has a bit of a cramp or something that can't be seen, and then he's able to fight back a bit, and they need a bit of help, well, so much the better.
I think that's, like, because the trip up was just played, so, like, as one of them stomps on it, you see the frog roll over, and he has the gun himself. And he just aims it at one of the flamingos, and he is about to he is going to, like, kill this flamingo. He's just going to pull the trigger, and this one flamingo is just done.
All right, well, I think now is a good time to actually use Fable to try to toss it to ideally knock the gun out of his hand, but if it hurts the guy's hand, no big loss.
Right, yeah, hit me with that 20-sider. Oh, that was a 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
First one of the session.
Oof. Hope it doesn't go like yesterday.
Yeah, right? So, you were trying to, like, save the flamingo from the frog. And what is the opposite of saving the flamingo from the frog? I think it's literally the frog shoots the flamingo that he was aimed at, and then the sword hits this flamingo over here. So 2 of the flamingos are immediately dead, and you just have 1 left.
Like, dude, I just saved your life from that frog. Shame your other 2 are dead, though.
Yeah. Well, at least
the frog is going to turn and have his gun on the third flamingo and looking over and seeing, like, Nichol and be like, whew, back up. Good. All right. Now give me all your money.
Oh, I'm
not yours. Like
sorry.
he's robbing the flamingo. These 2 are dead.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be going that way. And then at this point, I go down. Maybe have a little bit of fog going around, and I think at this point, I think you've learned your lesson, as have they, in terms of you always need to keep an eye out. How about we all forget this all happened, and then you walk away. Don't take the money. Don't bother to do anything else. I think you've had enough for one evening.
You see him, like, he keeps his gun aimed at the third flamingo that's still standing, and he, like, goes back and he grabs his, like, pouch from one of the dead flamingos. He's like, I'm taking what's mine. And, like, he, like, waves his gun at the third flamingo, and the third flamingo definitely is gonna, like, jump away. But the third flamingo's terrified, absolutely scared out of his mind, because you just killed one of the flamingos, and he just killed another flamingo. Joaquin, can you give me a 20-sider?
Absolutely.
I'm going to raise that by 1.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be a success. Joaquin, you see everything that happens here. Like, I think the camera shows that Joaquin is up in the fire escape on the other side of the building, just watching. Just, you see the travesty that was. Like, you saw, like, Nichol, like, throw his sword and try to try to get the weapon out of the frog's hand, and then hit the other flamingo. Like, you saw it all, and you saw it for what it was the whole time. Like, not perfectly planned.
Right, okay.
And so the frog goes just, like, walking away with his money, and this flamingo is just like, and he just goes scuttering off down an alley. Like, that scene didn't go as well as it could have.
Actually, I'm thinking of one thing there. Actually, I think in this point there, it's more important that I not be connected to this at all. So, if you'll give me a second to find the proper card here.
Yeah.
There we go. At least cut the losses, so suddenly it's a lot more dangerous, and they're going to need a lot more help, and who knows how it happened. Sure wasn't me.
Oh, okay. So the last flamingo is just... Alright, so there were no surviving flamingos from this. Does...
Yeah, and then we'll
So-
probably do... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so Joaquin's gonna see that. Like, Joaquin's gonna see the fact that, you killed this one. But, like, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, what I'm going to do is try to take a bit of time to make it look like they turned on each other, or alternately that because after all, one was shot with a flamingo's gun. You know, that there's a bit of chaos. They're going to need a bit of extra assistance, which I imagine Caram and Krieg and the others might be able to help out a bit with.
I don't hit people, I pay other people to hit people.
Fair.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, alright. So, that's happening. So I'm sure, like, Joaquin takes note of that. And for the third scene, we have Krieg, you're walking down a fairly busy, like, back alley. Like, you see a lot of people, like, walking around this back alley. It is on the southern side of the city, really close to the river. It's what people, like, commonly refer to as, like, the slums, or, like, the bad neighborhood. So you got you and Truffles, and there is a bunch of people walking up and down this alley, and this is the door that you're after. You have heard that, like, there's a lot of illicit activities happening behind that door, but you don't know the password, and you don't know how to get in.
Okay. Is this a minion or a commoner?
He would be a minion, yeah.
Okay. I would like to use my beguiling band in order to... So I'm going to spend a 3 AP, and then I'm just going to chant him to let me in.
Alright, yeah, give me a roll.
So I just kind of walk up with Truffles, and he sees me, and my hand just kind of flashes in front of him, that strange glint in his eyes, and it kind of goes over. I'm like, hello, sir, I'm here to get in. Thanks for opening the door. It's so nice of you. I'll let the big guys know you should deserve a raise.
Absolutely. I'm going to give that to you. I just want to roll just to see if something else happens.
Of course.
Oof, tough choice. Not tough choice. That's a straight up 4. That's a failure. All right. So I think what happens is actually, Joaquin, can you roll me a 20-sider again?
I'd be delighted to.
Absolutely. Oh, that's...
Oh my goodness.
I win.
Yeah, how does it go bad for both of you?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, okay, so Joaquin shows up to start. Like, what was gonna happen was there was gonna be a flamingo behind Krieg coming in here, and Krieg was gonna feel a gun pressed up against his back, is how that was gonna happen. And then Joaquin was gonna be able to deal with that. But now Joaquin also feels a gun up against his back, which is hilarious.
Very funny.
Alright.
We just got a conga line.
I have an ability I'd like to use. It's called Silver Tongue. If you're caught doing something prohibited or mischievous, you can use clever thinking to evade suspicion. It is 1 AP. I must appeal to my adversaries to find something agreeable. And then the guide will choose one of the answers is right and secretly write it down. Either orders, someone with authority commands you to do it. Ignorance, you didn't know any better. Or graft, you offer something of value to make this go away. I have to guess which one is right and to describe how I make the appeal.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So, which one do you think it was?
I'm gonna go with Graft because Krieg always gives out money to get away
And
from
graft is the thing that'll do it. Like you feel behind you, it's just like yo, the one right directly behind you before Joaquin even gets involved. Like the one behind Joaquin is just walking up. He has not pulled his gun yet. He doesn't realize that if anything is happening, he's like, "Whoa, calm down. You can't cast magic here. No
He
magic."
just kind of looks, looks over his shoulder. What magic? I don't have any. As you can see, I've got my rings and I've got some gold coins in my other hand, which magically coins appear in his hand. If only I could do something with these gold coins as he holds out his hand to the flamingo.
So he puts his hand. He takes the money and puts it in his pocket. He's just like, "Careful with magic items in there. It's dangerous for numerous reasons." This your first time?
First time. I thank you so much for the thought, though. And then he drops another coin. For your goodwill. Have a great day. Just kind of that evil smile as he walks in.
For clarification, Joaquin was able to see the one flamingo come up on Krieg and then be dispelled, but he didn't know he was about to have the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
You can if you don't want to be seen by Krieg, you can like slink out of this line. Or you can if Krieg is gonna turn around to talk to this other flamingo, and like you can be seen by him if you are done like tailing these guys.
I think I've seen enough, so I'll cheese it before Krieg sees me.
All right. So Krieg, the room that you go into is do you know what an opium den? Yeah, you know what an opium den looks like? That is what's happening here. Like you are seeing these guys like like hit their fucking hookahs and like they all like go super drowsy. And as they breathe out, you can see their dream. And like you see the guy on the couch, like he has a very successful like business happening. And it's like a very fancy restaurant and he's like walking around and everybody's loving him. And he's having just a great time. And like the flamingo behind is just like, "Hello, your first time?"
Yeah, this is my first time. It heard so much about it.
And he's just like, well. And he's just like, "Put the payment on the desk and we'll get you started." And you see him like pull out this little like strange machine that has like machine is hard. It's basically what if a bong with a mana battery in it.
Okay. I'm not here on pleasure. I'm more here on business. I've seen what your outfit can do, and I'd like to share it with my side of the town.
He giggles. He's just like, "What kind of business you think we do here?" And he like taps it a couple times. He's like, "Go on, drop the payment. We'll get you started. What kind of dream you want?"
Well, I'm already living out my dreams, good sir. I'm here to expound upon this and then deliver your wondrous goods to other people. I can see it's very amazing as it is right now.
That gun did jam. Like I'm talking to Stylus right now. That gun did jam. Just like we didn't go down that path. Like if they had tried to fight, it would have been jammed, and it might even come up later. So, roll me a 20-sided trying to convince him. Alright, 12, he's just like...
Flip the business card, like I too have my own business. And
he takes you... Oh, go ahead.
No, just looking to expound and build and grow and offer new services. He
takes the business card, he's like, "We'll pass it along." And it's just like, but if you're not using, I need you to make room. And points to the door.
All right. Can I get a to-go sample to bring back to?
No. We don't do that anymore.
Well, why not? What happened? He looks all interested.
He's like, no. Why do you think we got this? And he like points to all the rooms, and then he points to the 2 guards at the door.
Ooh, it must be a dangerous business. You might be needing more help from what I can see.
He squints his eyes at you, and he's just like, I'll pass your message along.
Ever the kind fellow. Well, you have a great day. I didn't catch your name.
My name is Louis.
Nice. Then he kind of strolls out. Truffles, don't eat that. That's not good for you. Plus, you would hurt the poor man's business. Kind of walks out.
So now we cut back to the bar, and like, this is where Sal's asking if you all got ins, like, and this is like a month later of you guys like routinely doing like that to ingratiate yourselves to them. We know that Caram does have an in through the fighting, and Krieg has an in through the drugs, but Professor Winter has murdered people. They do not know that he has, but he has.
Well, better dead than a known target.
So I think this is like, Sal's just like, we just have to like find a way to get in their good graces. And I think this is where Joaquin like walks in, like to a secret meeting.
Beautiful.
I think you guys should all be able to move your tokens. If you can't, let me know. Hooray.
Krieg, being paranoid as he is, he just kind of looks at Joaquin and then looks at Sal, then squints his eyes. Sal, you dealing on the outside as well, it looks like.
I'm pretty sure they're with you. And he looks over at Joaquin. My man at the door? Is he well?
Oh, of course not. I wouldn't dream of harming anyone. I'm supposed to be here.
If you were supposed to be here, you'd be invited.
And so Joaquin's like, one eye is gonna narrow at Krieg, and it's just like, my invitation was already delivered.
Gonna narrow his eyes back at you. Fine.
He's just like, well, I don't know what this is. Sal says as he's like looking back and forth. Do you? And he just like sits. He like sits heavily down at the chair because like he is also like getting like his political life together. You know, like he's really just trying. He's out there. He's getting ready to run for King of the West Side again. So, but he wants to call it mayor. But I went run King of the East Side again. And he's just like, I don't care who else is involved as long as they can keep quiet. And like he looks at Joaquin and he's just like, it does a cold chill situation. Like, ooh, I think we're gonna be okay.
Discretion is a specialty of mine.
All right. Let's continue with what we were after. We need to work on getting on the inside so we can then burn them out. Since you have so graciously arrived, care to share any input?
Joaquin is just gonna like flat out ignore Krieg and just talk directly to Sal.
Okay, Sal's looking.
Sal, I want you to know that we have our best team of crack professionals working on this exact endeavor of yours, and we are going to have ourselves well in and ingratiated with the Flingos before you know it. This little detail in the underworkings of your city will be handled expeditiously and cleanly. There will be order, and everything will go smoothly under my charge.
Well, I'm glad to see a professional has arrived. You all did right recruiting them. Excellent. And like Sal like goes up to a table and he lays out the map of his city. And he's just like, as you know, they've been primarily focused, and he starts pointing at sides of the thing and like telling you, breaking down what you guys already have learned, like, and just recapping it all. And while that's happening, and it is the middle of the night, and we have finally caught up to present day, the rest of the crew, all of you in the chat, you are awoken in the middle of the night by just like the fire alarms in your apartment buildings or your fire alarms in the academy like going off. And then you just see Peanut walking down the halls with a bullhorn. Report to the assembly room immediately. Report to the auditorium, because I forgot the word auditorium for a second. Report to the auditorium immediately. This is not a drill. Report to the auditorium, as he's like walking down like the hall. And like, so when you all get there, he's just like, hello, as all of you should know, I am Peanut. This is like, I have been directly hired by Tattoo and the captain to whip you all into shape so we stop having such sloppy missions. First, we're working on your organizational skills. It's just like, first, if you are part of the science, medical, or engineering team, please raise your hand. And then, please vote if you're on one of those teams.
One time I can't vote.
You guys are not there. Oh no, nobody's gonna be there. Yeah, we're not looking for like an actual like voting out situation. This is just like a casting call. Oh, I gotta write down this number. Okay. Just like watching the vote happen. But alright, so you guys just see like, not you guys are like doing spy stuff. Well, not spy stuff, but mob stuff. Navigations and stuff will come up like, yeah, you can only do 5 votes and there's 6 there are 6 departments, so. Can all 4 of you vote? Sorry, can 3 of you, as Joaquin, Krieg, and Caram, can you roll me a 20-sider?
Change my phone now.
That 3 went. That was a 17 for a second, and then it decided to be a 3.
I was very excited.
I think he rolled twice accidentally.
No, the 12 was from earlier.
Yeah, 12 was from earlier. Alright, so Joaquin's got a 15. That's.
Ah, damn it!
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta change your dice color now.
You gotta change your dice color. Yeah. And like after that, after the people raise their hand for like what section they're in, Peanut's just like, all right, and now we are looking for navigations, communications, and defense, please. And while you guys make that vote, we will go back over here. So, Krieg, you've learned, like, they're not on to you about, like, your drug thing, but, like, something about you, they felt off. So, like, they've never called you back. You've been waiting, and, like, they're not sending you any messages about, it was, like, what you set in place. Like, you're supposed to talk to the higher-ups, and they just don't want anything to do with you. Joaquin, how were you gathering information on the gang, on these flamingos, that wasn't just snooping, or were you just snooping on these guys?
I would say snooping around, and then also leaning a bit on our. I leaned on our reconnaissance, our intelligence team a bit. Gave them a couple assignments, brought back some reports, some dossiers.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So yeah, you know, from recent reports about. So not last month, like earlier this month, there was a secret mission that used ununiformed crew members, and they went to the north side of town and they broke through a bunch of stuff and caused a lot of problems. But there were some bird folk that were attempting to steal some of the roses that were growing around the city. Like, the city was under attack by roses, and these, like, flamingos, or, like, bird people, were trying to, like, gather parts of them. Now, you know that they were, like, you follow the path that, you were told that they went, and you make the connections to the north side, which is the rich neighborhoods, that there are people up there that are helping sneak, like, these flamingos around the city. Like, they can sell their drugs from, like, inside upscale bars that you guys would normally not even go to because, like, ew, gross. They're just lame. But you know that there is a big you know, Krieg has found, like, the low scale, like, opium den. You know where the high scale ones are.
Got it.
And Caram, what did you do that put all of them on edge? Like, what did you do that let them know that you guys are coming? Or, like, they don't know, but they feel. Security's been doubled everywhere.
That's difficult to think of.
You win one too many fights without losing, and now they're worried. You might be the ringer.
I would put them on edge for my fights, not on edge from us, though.
Somebody definitely thinks that you're a plant. 100%.
Maybe it's too much boasting, maybe. You keep calling out for more and more and more.
It's not my fault that they can't deliver.
Yeah, but you don't ask it all the time. You wait.
I mean, yeah, that's perfectly fine. But before we get to that, Peanut's just like, excellent. Now that I have all your departments, I must tell you that... And he has organized you all into your own departments. It's just like, alright. I planted a bomb somewhere in the Silver Thimble. And he snaps his notebook with all the listings. And he's just like, whichever department puts it out, wins. And then he just turns around and walks through the curtain.
That time away is hard on you, Mr. Peanut. Well, good luck, chat.
Good luck,
Yeah.
chat.
Good luck.
Have a wonderful time.
Alright, so,
How did you do, Nichol? We haven't heard much from you.
Unfortunately, that's for a reason. Turns out I'm, use a bit of profanity, I'm a little bit rusted out.
That's okay. It seems like we've all been off our game, so to speak.
Are we still in the meeting, or is this...
you can either be in the meeting or you guys can be walking the streets trying to, like, figure out, like, what your next move is. I'm cool with anything.
I think I'd like to have a moment with all of these three to sort of solidify what my position is here.
Absolutely. Let me...
So, yeah, no,
You want it private or public?
private enough. It's private.
Alright. Get the private room at the market square.
I was just gonna put you guys in this alley for now.
Or
It's
the
pri-
alley
like-
the square. It works too.
Yeah, it's just like wherever you guys want to be. It's fine. I just like this map a lot, so. Krieg is technically the tallest of all of you when he's on the back of Truffles, because Truffles is roughly the size of a buffalo, but he's a mushroom.
Same size as Squishy. 8 feet.
Truffalo. Yep, you're right. Got it in one. So yeah. What place do you play in this, Joaquin? Because, like, these three have been doing this for months at this point. Like, taking on jobs from Sal, trying to, like, free up the city from the flamingos. Not doing the best job, I will be honest. But Sal has been, like, keeping up his end of the bargain and, like, sending supplies and food to, like, the Silver Thimble. Like, the Silver Thimble is better off because of what these guys are doing. But as we've already seen, these guys have been doing murder, underground fighting, deals with drug dealers.
We could be failing on purpose to get more stuff out of it.
Yet they could be, which is what Joaquin did earlier when they lost the bet on purpose.
So, Joaquin, you've called us to this deserted alley for a reason.
Yes, of course. The three of you, I can very much appreciate that you all may feel like you're owed an explanation. And it's time for me to show my hand and let you know why I'm here today. I appreciate that we are well fed and we have a supply of generous goods due to your efforts. However, things here are quite messy, and when things get messy and order cannot be maintained, people get hurt. And this little extracurricular venture you're running, it is messy, and people have gotten hurt. And he kind of like stares at every one of them and lets that sink in just a little bit.
Nobody important.
You all are running a total shit show. Caram, you think just thrashing opponent after opponent is going to send the message you want to be received? Showboat? Fight your way out of everything? How'd that work out for your brother? And then someone will just bail you out? And with that, he shoots his gavers over at Nichol. Speaking of you, Nichol, you're working the... Go ahead.
I screwed up.
Yeah,
I know
you're-
damn well I screwed up. I'm a blunt instrument, and I recognize that.
Alright, you're working the alley with the flamingos, and the cleanup of that witness side just absolutely amateur. And Krieg, my good friend Krieg, you really thought you could just flash your magic to those flamingos, just buy your way out of it afterwards? Your dirty coin is not going to fix all of your indiscretions, and your portfolio is quite poor in intelligence and social currency. So,
Yeah.
here's what I'm here to offer here is I'm going to give you guys an offer. My loyalty is to my family, my captain, my crew. You can keep your crowds and your fights. You can collect your coin. You can run your little hits, your blunt instrument nonsense. But now it works in service of the crew, and you will let me keep the order and handle the messiest element of all, the people. Sound good?
Yeah. One question. What exactly makes you think I've been just doing this for my own ego? That I don't have the same goal, even if my methods leave something to be desired and, as View said, have been shoddy.
No, that's fair. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. You think I'm not loyal to the captain? That I'm not doing this to make sure that those kids, that those people are able to have something to eat after those weeks of starving? We're on the same side. I understand you're pissed off about this because we've been doing a slipshod job. So let's do this together. But don't ever think that I am doing this for myself or anything but to make sure the silver thimble is able to sleep well at night.
What he said.
And on that note, I suppose I may have spoken too much and gone too far. I will withdraw that element. Let's get back on the right foot. Let's start on the right page here. I'm here to help. And if you will accept that help, I think we can clean this up.
I'm all for that. Like I said, I'm blunt instrument. I'm much better at taking orders than giving them.
And we'd love to see this operation go much more smoothly.
Like they say, smooth is fast and fast is better.
So, again,
Just ignore it.
in the spirit of friendship and crew, let us reaffirm our loyalties, as we all know they have not shaken. And let's work together here. And Joaquin puts his hand into the middle of the group and let's do this thing.
Hand goes in immediately.
Gonna have Truffles put his leg in there.
Oh, it's so gross. Truffles has 5 legs. I don't know if you can see it from that art. But he has 5. One of them is just in a weird spot, and they're all kind of spidery.
Nasty, grody.
Rude.
For the record, for the people searching for the bomb, it is the first department that finds it. Those are the winners. You don't know what you're winning, but it is department based. Nika will be making 20-sided rolls, and we will be adding the number that the people that said that they were there. So engineering is going to add 3, science is going to add 3, medical is only going to add 1, navigation is going to add 4, communications is going to add 1, and defense is going to add 3. But the point of the exercise is to get it done within your department. But yeah, sorry.
We need your hand in on this venture.
Guess who forgot he was muted?
Yeah, right. You've been quiet for a while. I was just like, all right. Just taking that scolding to heart.
Yeah, I twisted some knives a little bit on purpose there. I didn't.
Just so you know, it was retconned that it's no longer brother but sister.
Yeah, it was retconned only because.
Okay, my bad. I'm working.
Yeah,
on that.
That's the fact that you knew they had a sibling at all. I was like, all right.
But yeah, no, I said Caram will look a little disgusted as he puts his hand on top, mainly because of I don't remember its name.
Truffles.
Sorry, what was that?
Truffles?
Truffles? Yes, I am bad with names. I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So. Yeah. Sorry for being muted.
No, you're fine.
It's good.
All right. So you guys know that.
So real quick, now that the serious stuff has been finished, I like the new look there, Joaquin. The eye patch really suits you. You should get some more sleep, though. You look kind of tired.
When there isn't work to be done, perhaps.
Joaquin's exhausted from chasing you all around this fucking.
Workaholic as always. Anyways,
But not Krieg.
Yeah.
Krieg's been getting a good solid 12 hours every night. He's good.
every night. You don't look this good by not sleeping.
He sleeps like a baby every night on a mountain of gold.
Just swaddled.
Scrooge McDucking it every day in the morning to bath.
I now have a hole in the gold instead of sleeping on top.
Speaking of new fashion choices, looks like I'm going to have to start wearing the tie, too.
So, the information that you guys have is, the underground fighting arena is cut off to you all. That one made them too suspicious of Caram, so Caram can't get any deeper in that.
Okay.
There was a failure to contact the drug dealers, but you do know where two of the stops, like the major stops, are. You know where the high scale one is, and you know where the low scale one is. You guys can go that route at your leisure. That's perfectly fine.
And I'm going to obviously share those contacts that we have new access points to the high scale deals.
So yeah,
do we want to break into Krieg? Do we want to break into an untapped market, the high scale areas, or do we want to reinforce our position in other areas?
Well, if Nichol doesn't have anything, we can try for the high scale. See if we can make it better out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got nothing. This is your show.
We can spend our time at some point reestablishing our position in the low scale dens, but we have no position right now in the high end areas, and we need to take it.
Absolutely. So you guys, I don't know what just happened right there. Oh, never mind.
I do have one thing to say to Joaquin. Just
absolutely, go for it.
He's gonna let the other two walk ahead of it as he puts his hand on Joaquin's shoulder and just. I understand you're trying to make a point, but please, never mention my sister again. And his hand just kind of tightens, and while he looks angry, Joaquin can see that Caram's trying to hold back a couple tears.
Joaquin's just gonna kind of close his eye and kind of nod and just basically non-verbally affirm, I realize I took a step, and that's the last time I'll mention it.
Caram's grip just slowly loosens, and he pats Joaquin's back. Come on. We got some problems to fix.
We do.
Alright. Excellent. So, you go to the north side of town, and it is, the further you get up here, the nicer it gets. Everything is, super fancy. It's so upscale, and, it's so upscale it's kind of gross. It almost feels like a 1950s suburb in the middle of a city. You know what I mean? It's very Leave It to Beaver situation. It's really just gross. But as you get up there, you see the location that Joaquin knew about, this building right here, and it is being guarded by a flamingo.
So, what's the plan?
I've got an idea. I'm looking into it.
I'm open to ideas. I also have another idea. See if I can just charm us in there.
So I've got an ability called Don't You Know Who I Am? You impress common folk and minions by pretending to be someone notable. You can initiate this ruse by giving a special wink to your party members. Then each of the nearby members must proclaim an incredible fact that creates your identity. And then each claim should be more fantastical than the previous one. When everyone is finished, you can draw a captive audience of nearby creatures who crowd around you.
How about...
So we can make it inside, we can do some things, but we need to get inside first.
How about I double up on that, and I taskmaster you to tell the man who you are.
Also, how do you want the rest of us to look? Because I can make sure we all look the necessary part to make this go well. And I showed my new magical item.
Well,
the fashion fumes.
Oh, go ahead.
If you guys don't know, the fashion fumes is literally a smoke bomb, but when you come out of it, you're dressed in a new set of clothes.
Oh, that's neat.
So I'm thinking, since Joaquin has the taskmaster, we have them be the boss, so to speak. I am the butler, or the second-hand man who does all the stuff for them, whereas Caram and Nichol are the bodyguards, because the big man don't go nowhere by himself.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is we have 2 bodyguards and we have a right-hand man, so to speak, just for...
Right, and I assume, of course, no real names for this, right?
No, everyone fake names, yeah.
So, Caram, you want to be penny or pound?
I'll be pound.
All right, sounds good.
Fake business cards for you, Joaquin. There are some, whatever name you have, and then just a writing crop on the back.
Beautiful.
And make sure to keep at least 5 different sets, just in case.
Wonderful.
Just in case.
Beautiful.
Alright, yeah, so you all dress the part. So
Nichol,
Krieg is using Don't You Know Who I Am, but for Joaquin, so the way that I'm picturing this is Joaquin, everybody's in order, like walking up to the door, and we're gonna do Don't You Know Who I Am, so the flamingo is just gonna put his arm out, he's like, hold up, you can only get in by invite. And now each one of you that's not Joaquin has to give a more fantastical description of who Joaquin is right now.
Oh, Jesus.
What's your fake name, Joaquin?
Oh, God. Let's just make it Ezhno.
Okay. So,
in chat for you.
Okay. So, I will have Truffles kind of be on the side, as he was how he got here as a form of status. And then it's like, don't you know who this is? This is Ezhno. They are the ones that have been running this city behind for Sal. You may think Sal was the one doing it all, but Ezhno here is the one who's been putting forth all the effort. And Sal is just the figurehead. Show some respect, you flamingo.
Some respect on his name.
Yeah.
What?
Heck, that's a thing there. He's just running this as a side thing. He used to run the entire section of the world just, a few sections west of here. But he got bored. Decided to try something else for a nice little change of pace, have a little city as a vacation home.
Yeah, the flamingo's getting more and more intimidated. Caram, what you got?
I hate doing that.
You got this. It's fine.
Oh.
Just go big, go huge.
Even the people of Holt know who Ezhno is. Are you kidding me? They fear what would happen if they ever decide to double-cross Ezhno, even in the slightest. And you're just gonna stand here in his way?
Are you saying the otters are scared of somebody?
As soon as Caram finishes, I'm going to do that. I've not actually made eye contact with the flamingo at all. I've been looking elsewhere. As soon as Caram finishes, I just kind of look over at the flamingo like, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Truffles had something to say.
Oh, boy.
And the flamingo, steps to the side and just by all means, go on in. And
by his grace, you were saved. I will not create a coffin for you yet. And he just kind of be like, then please.
Yep. And I'm going to put a hand in between the flamingo and Ezhno to make sure he doesn't think of doing anything to get in the way.
Caram just gives him a glare as he follows Ezhno in.
Quick look back at Truffles, being like, "Come on."
All right,
Yeah.
let's get in there.
Yep.
So,
And I'll keep the door open for Truffles to get in and then close the door behind me.
So, real quick, I'm gonna have Nika roll for the crew in the city to see which crew has successfully, if any, has successfully detected where the bomb is. Like, I see everybody like doing a lot of work, and it's really good. Can you start with engineering, Nika? And we are gonna add 3 to whatever. So that is a unnatural 20. Excellent for engineering. All right, and let's see how science does.
Cool.
That is a 19 from science. And medical is just a 7. Good, good, good. And now navigations, which has the biggest plus. Navigation had the most.
20, 19, 18, 7.
$14 for navigations.
15 and 16.
Then now we got communications, and then communications just has 1.
It was a 20 total for engineering, a 19 for science, a 7 for medical, a 16 for navigation, and 11 for communications, and a 9 for defense.
All right, so like engineering was the runaway hit, just beat science team. You guys find the bomb, and you quickly realize that it's exactly the same as the test bomb that you guys did at the academy. It's just full of cinnamon. And engineering's the ones that found it first, and they're just like deactivate it because you guys have already done this test.
Leo's told this story 1,000 times to engineering, so we all know how to fix it.
Right, and it's just like you guys get back, and it's just like Peanut's just like, and it's just like, well done, engineering team. Just as 1 second here. And science, you also did a pretty good job. Honestly, it was a little less than medical, but you only had one of you here at the time, so, I'll take it. Okay. And it's just like, I fear that we are spread a little too thin. I think we are going to mix this up in the near future. It's just like, I intend to restructure this entire organization. From top to bottom. Like, take your time in the upcoming weeks to decide where you truly want to be placed. Like, what department actually suits you as a person, and what can you bring to this group? It's just like, it's not going to be all fun and games from here on out. I'm going to start running a tight ship. Tattoo was way too lackadaisy on you. And he, you see him, like, he has, like, one of those pointer things, like, telescoping, and he's, like, puts it close, and then he's, like, slaps his hand on his side, and he's just like, you may all go back to bed. And, like, before any of you move, if any of you even start to stir, he's just like, I'm expecting to hear a yes, sir.
Oh.
I'm all for Dark Peanut.
Peanut has been through some shit. Like, he was stuck in space with Gemini for months.
Oh, that explains a lot.
I am glad that I'm not there right now.
So, back to the bar.
As we're walking in there, I'm just gonna look at Joaquin and kind of shudder. You know, if we weren't such good friends, I'd feel dirty about what just happened.
It's fine, just roll with it, roll with it.
Yeah. And kind of shudders again. It's like, okay, I got this. Hand in front of face, and then back to what we're doing.
So you guys get into this room, and it's not as like smoky as the other one. You can hear like exhaust fans working. Like, the room smells amazing. You know how like vape, as disgusting as it is, can actually smell okay sometimes. Like, not as bad as like straight up cigarettes, because cigarettes just gag me. But like, it smells like a dream come true to all of you when you walk in this place. Whatever your dream scent is, whatever like makes you the most comfortable as a smell, that's what this place smells like.
Smells like the aftermath of an academy training bomb.
Cinnamon.
Very nice.
Strange. Smells like calm ocean, with a fishing pole to me.
That cold I smell.
Yeah, it smells like the boneyard to me.
I was gonna be like, Crom's just like, why does it smell like pennies? So like, there are 2 flamingos here, and it's just like one of them, and the place is full, but and it's just like all upper scale people, like wearing very like nice outfits, pearl necklaces. They're all like out for like a fancy dinner party situation, like black cocktail dresses and stuff. So if that's how you guys want to look, like that kind of like match that look, that's fine, because the fashion fumes happened.
Yeah. He's just gonna whisper, okay, Joaquin, you're the leader, so to speak, so if any money, just wave your hand and then poof.
Alright.
Don't worry, I'll have you pay it back later if you lose anything. What? Let's continue.
Yeah, no.
The one behind the counter is very like sommelier situation. He's just like, what can I interest you all today? And like,
we're trying to ingratiate, we're trying to take over this business, so we're gathering intel, essentially.
and he's just like, we have a fine selection here in front of you. We have your pleasant daydream, and he motions to like this small pile of crystals that they're like a pale yellow. And he's just like, we have your vivid, like lurid dream, if you will. And he points to like this like pink stack of crystals. He's just like, please take it. If you take this one, take it in our back room. You'll understand. And he's just like, your heroic dreams of being perhaps a fantastical fighter. Like he looks over at Nichol and Caram. He's just like, perhaps your guards would be interested. And we, of course, we have you're just a pleasant memory dream. And then he motions to a pile of like a very small pile of black crystals. Or for the adventurous, a nightmare.
Krieg, do we have any of these, or are we working on these, or are we dealing these? These new to you?
Oh, you've all definitely also been handed like a cocktail in like a martini glass, and it definitely has way too many lemons on the side. Like, instead of just a slice of lemon, the entire thing is rimmed in lemons. Like, all the way around it. Peel's still on it.
I would imagine the lower scale probably has the first two, but not the other one.
Okay. Yes, we're dealing opium. I mean, don't worry about it.
It's called crystals.
Yeah, no, we just got crystals. Crystals that give bad vibes.
Do they give bad vibes?
Some of them do.
Yeah, there's definitely a bad vibe crystal there.
Quite the selection here. Quite the selection. I think we're looking. I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for some wistful nostalgia. Do you have any of that?
Ah, what a discerning palate you have, sir. And he reaches under the counter and he pulls out like this tiny little box that looks like almost like an engagement ring box. And he opens it up and he brings out what is the color of discerning nostalgia?
Why not teal?
Absolutely. It's just like a personal favorite, sir. Here, I will set that up for you. And he pulls out this little, like, not Bunsen burner situation, but very similar. Again, it's basically a mana battery and a bong. And he, like, takes the green liquid. Nichol and Caram, can you both roll me a 20-sider?
All right.
3.
Them dice.
Or
Hate
dice.
God.
Oh,
That's right. I think I'm gonna use an ability after this, but just let's let these play out.
Them dice. All right. So, Caram,
I
like,
thought this was gonna go.
you definitely, maybe too late. You recognize this guy over here that's sitting in a chair. He doesn't recognize you because you are like dressed and doing a very good job as a bodyguard, and like your new clothes really like blend you in. You see that he has one of these. Professor Winter, yeah, go ahead and reroll.
Yeah, after that one, I at least some chance at redemption, and watch me roll 1 after this. Slightly better.
So tough choice. Let's see here. Alright, so what kind of... I was going to be like, what kind of information do you want out of this? Well, like, the conversation's happening. Are you interested in, like, watching the clientele? Or are you interested in watching the people who are working there?
I'm interested in watching the people that work there. Clients can come and go, but the people who are running it are, well, those can be a bit harder to find, especially if they're, end up being indisposed.
So, Caram, you see that this guy you recognize him from the fighting pit. Like, there's a frog over there, by the way. You guys can't see him, but there's a frog here. And so, like, Caram, you quickly turn your head to, like, not watch him so he can't, like, recognize you. So, like, the camera sees it, but the players don't, like, your characters don't see it, if you understand.
Yeah.
He puts his, like, lips to this thing, and he's been, like, puffing away at the pale pink all night. And then he takes this really deep breath in, and none of you see it, but that pale pink crystal turns black as midnight. As he, like, takes this just lungful of black. And when he breathes it out, I think that's when Caram happens to look over and see, like, he went from having, like, a nice dream of laying in a hammock and swinging back and forth. You watch this ridiculous tentacle start lashing at the dream version of himself. But then, like, it's not held within his dream cloud. Like, you guys, like, when you were watching dreams, it's like having, like, somebody's thinking something in a cartoon. Like, you can just see that. But there's a tentacle is, like, probing the edges of it.
Oh, no.
And is beginning to lash out. But nobody else sees this right now. Alright, 1 second. I know I have one. I don't like that one. There we go. Tentacle. Dream tentacle.
Well, Caram's gonna do his job as a bodyguard and move between it and Ezhno and say, I believe one of your clients is having some troubles, as Caram is looking at it.
It lashes out and grabs the flamingo behind the counter. And like the flamingo squawks like crazy loud. And you just like see this like tentacle wrapped around its neck, just bashing its head off the bar over and over and over again.
I pretend to fall behind the bar.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see how convincing I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're behind the counter.
So
Or behind the bar.
had one too many of these lemon mojitos. Or so everyone thinks, and he just kind of falls off of truffles behind the bar, and then in the chaos, no one really sees it too much except for Joaquin and probably Nichol because they're not busy, and he's just kind of ruffling around there looking for things. And
Yep. You're gonna see like the flamingo behind the bar. He does not see you, but you see him like behind the counter and grab like a double barrel shotgun, and he's about to come out over the bar and start firing at that tentacle, like very indiscriminately. That is what you are going to know.
Okay.
I'm going to glance at Joaquin, somewhat obviously still trying to play up the role a bit, and do a quick gesture, like with the head, as in help out the other flamingo.
Yeah, Joaquin's gonna step in there and kind of assist and dispatch. Actually, why don't I just skewer this thing? Did they take my weapons? Or
they did not.
Okay.
You were so important. There is no way that they took your weapon.
All right, I'm just gonna quickly draw the rapier and skewer it.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me that roll.
It starts like finding the window, then rolling.
Right. Oh, okay. So a failure. All right. So
Actually, I think I might use a safety peanut for that, and we'll say it there where I step in and try to do it myself, maybe.
Absolutely,
Let me find
yeah.
the safety peanut here. Ah, there we are. Sorry, I kind of stepped on your toes there, if you're all right with that. If not, we could always retcon it and, do it the other way.
So we're gonna roll one more time or give it another shot?
it's like safety peanut ignores a failure. So that like it's like that roll never happened. So like as you were pulling out your rapier, before that even happened, Nichol's gonna step in front of you and like.
Got it. Okay.
If that's cool with you.
That's great. Yeah. No, I guess I was reaching for it, and then Nichols just got quicker reflexes.
Yeah, safety peanut's all about consent.
Yeah, sorry, I should have asked beforehand, but...
No, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you did it. You did the damn thing. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to do the bodyguard thing, just as Joaquin's going to do it. I'm going to step out, and I'm not using my blades. I'm going to try to use the tail spike and the thorn to try to get the tentacle.
Absolutely, yeah. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. All right, 17.
No whammy.
Right. Absolutely. Like you slice through the tentacle, and the flamingo falls down. In the second it's not connected to it anymore, like it hits the ground and it's leaking black smoke into the sky. And this doesn't smell good. This smells like whatever you're all most scared of. So
it's like a dream gone sour.
Like it's just like, and you know how your memories are so strongly tied to smell that it can really like hit you with trauma. That is what is happening. Everybody in this bar is smelling this, and some of them are getting over it just fine. Some of them are screaming. It's turning to a straight up riot. And that's when the flamingo behind the bar is going to he pulls out his gun and he's about to shoot. This is his roll for whether or not he hits what he's aimed at. Oh, he's so bad. He's terrible at it. He's just the second worst, literally. Caram, can you roll me a 20-sider as you hear him come up over the counter?
Oh no. It got lowered by 1.
That's a fun one.
All right, let's see how I do.
Right.
Nat 20!
Nat 20. Okay, so you see, like, all right, so we've got a 1 and a 20. So he is not hitting what he's aiming at, but you see exactly what he's aiming at. He's not aiming at the tentacles. He's not aiming at any of you. He's aiming at that frog. Like, he is trying to kill this frog. The one that's having the nightmare. He's gonna miss very well. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to save this frog? Like, what's your plan?
I can see that he's about to shoot this frog, and Caram just steps in and takes the guy down, not killing him, just flat out, like, taking him out of the equation, essentially trying to stop the dream by just knocking him out. I have no idea if that's gonna work.
So like, he is unconscious from the stuff. Like, that's why the dream's going so bad. Like, you can grab him and wake him up, which would be if that's what you want to do. Like, just grab him and start slapping him back and forth. And like, you guys see the nightmare clouds start to fade, but people are like running out of here, and like the flamingo pulls the trigger. Nobody gets hurt. Like he shoots right through the ceiling.
While the riot is happening, is there any more doors in this place? Like, to more important places?
This is kind of a hole in the wall situation.
Okay.
But you know what? Give me another roll.
They'd have some documents or something somewhere they might keep out of reach of normal patrons.
18, absolutely. You find the back storeroom, like, hands down.
Crawling on his hands and knees to these so small, everyone just avoids them and pops up. It's like, hey, look, a door. Let's go inside.
Wrong one again. I keep grabbing Joaquin every single time I'm trying to grab somebody else. I don't know why. I don't think the token's any bigger than the rest of them.
Quit trying to grab me, okay? Just like calm down.
Never.
I do have a thought.
Joaquin's your favorite, so just let it go.
I do have a thought for the 20, but I'll let you do the thing.
No,
with
you
Krieg
go
first.
for it.
Oh, I was gonna say I just slowly set the frog down, walk up to the flamingo that's behind the counter, and just flat out, I pushed his gun to the side and grab his shirt. What the hell were you thinking? You could have shot Ezhno here. I demand to speak to your supervisors, the person in charge, anyone.
Easy.
The one's like laying on the other bar, like choking. There are multiple crystals all over the floor.
Caram slowly lets go of them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's all right. We've got
Caram
things under control.
Caram just slowly backs up now.
Quite the commotion tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, boss. Honestly, I'm a bit concerned about the quality if that sort of side effect happened.
I'm gonna go ahead and use an ability on the flamingo that was sort of bud tendering for me, so to speak, crystal tending.
He sure was.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna use Compel Truth against him, and I think that's gonna need a 20-sider.
I believe so. Like, none of you happen to notice that Krieg isn't in this room anymore? And Krieg, you find like a back door that leads to this huge fucking warehouse. And it smells like lemons in here.
Amazing.
Oh boy. So many of the lemons.
But yeah, you go ahead and make your roll for. Oh, that looked like a 20. Really did.
Oh,
Though.
that's so
But it's
close.
Still a success.
still a success. Compel truth. Your eyes glow blue flames. All right. The
so
target,
I think I get 3. I get
Yep.
3 truthful
3 questions truthfully, for sure. And he has no idea that this. Oh wait, no, you just use magic. What does that do?
Oh wait, yeah, there's magic.
Roll me another 20-sider.
All right, we're getting risky.
Risques, even. Hey,
Still a success. Like, there's a crystal on the ground. Like, Caram, Nichol, you see a crystal on the ground as Joaquin is using compelled truth. It has formed like that crystal is trying to cast the same spell as Joaquin just cast, but you're able to like put your foot over it, not like stomp on it, but like hide an item under your foot, or like you could grab it and put it in your pocket. Whatever you want to do, have enough time to grab this crystal before anybody else sees the magic.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna grab it with the tail and put it in the pocket quickly. Look, my hands are right where you can see them. I didn't do anything.
All right, so give me a 20-sider for picking it up.
All right.
Okay.
Why am I doing so bad today?
Nichol, the next 3 things that somebody asks you, an enemy asks you, you have to answer completely honestly.
Oh, that'll be
You are
fun.
under compelled truth.
Understood.
All right, what are your 3 questions, Joaquin? Like, they're trying, like, right now, all the other flamingos in this place are trying to get this place back under control. Like, this frog is, like, conscious and it left. A lot of people are, like, milling out. Some people are coming back in because,
is there any crystals or grass or anything near Truffles? Because he might be trying to eat something.
I'm sure they gave him a bunch of lemons, a bunch of lemon rinds.
Alright, so there's just some lemons on a bowl, and he just kind of looks up, goes back down. He's not as smart as Squishy because he hasn't been around as long.
No, he's just like,
He's still a baby.
he's just mooing. Or like elk yelling is how I'm actually picturing it.
So first of all, Joaquin's just gonna redirect his attention to the original order. So nostalgia. I really feel like the quality of the product's been slipping recently. Problems with the supply.
We've been dealing with a new supplier from the West. It takes time, and we've been cutting it more and more with fanciful dreams, so you understand that most people don't seem to notice or mind. You obviously have a discerning palate.
Oh, a supplier from the West. Who might that be?
It used to be one of the folks from Gibbet knew a way through the forest, and we could send them through reliably. But as of the last week or so, they seem to have gotten suspicious of Bobbert. And we have struck deals with a shady gentleman from Yoke. He says his name is Radagast. No, sorry, Radagast is an actual wizard name. What's a good wizard name?
Gastarat?
Gastarat. We'll just go with Tim.
May call me Tim.
I kind of like Tim.
Just High Wizard Tim. What's that? We do have a wizard named Timothy.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
He's still around too. He hasn't gone anywhere.
Probably not Tim. How about Jim? Just
Jim?
Jim, the wizard.
Jim?
Jim.
Jim. I believe his name is Jim or Jem. We're not sure. He's very, and like Flamingo doing air quotes right now, mysterious.
Well, if you may be in the know, I have several connections in the, let's call it the discreet logistics business. If you'd like me to see if I can have a meeting with your organizer, I might be able to lend a hand.
Absolutely, we would love that. He's due in tomorrow night and he like pulls out his business card, like he pulls out like a napkin, not a business card. He doesn't have a business card. And he like writes down the address for the meeting. He's just like, it's at this location. Like, I hear he's rather skittish, and they say he knows real magic.
Oh my goodness, how terrifying.
I know.
If at any, is this nostalgia ever going to show up? Or?
Oh, did you actually like take it?
Yeah,
like,
why not?
Oh, for sure. All right. So, roll a 20, Cider.
Sure.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So, honestly, I'm only looking for 1s or 20s when you guys take these drugs.
I've got to be convincing. I want to take it.
Absolutely. What is a middling nostalgia, like a pleasant nostalgia, and it has like put some whimsy in there? What would Joaquin be nostalgic for? And like any point in your life, you're gonna get a good feeling about it.
Like, so just the coastal cities he grew up in, like the local food and cuisine that his family would put out to visitors, and just the general feeling of like the world is open to you and there's so many new friends and bridges to build out there. Just that youthful naivety.
Absolutely. With a 10, you weren't able to keep these in, so everybody else could see like everybody saw your dream cloud. Like if you roll like full successes, you hide that stuff. And you just experience yourself. The flamingo looks at your dream. He's trying not to pry, but he does see it. And he's just like, sir, like, I know a man of your stature and clear fame definitely already knows about this. But, and if I am intruding in any way, please stop me. But I recently have come back from a bit of traveling myself. And to the northwest, you might find this nostalgia that you're looking for. It's a far off land, but he like does like the chef's kiss. It's like, from your dream, I saw so much that reminded me of.
I'll take a bit of like a coin out of my pocket and kind of slide it across as like a little tip and just a nod, like as in like, graciously. It's a good tip.
He takes it and he's just like, shakes it at you. He's just like, come back at any time. Like, I'm sorry about this mess. With knowledge of the product, you understand what happens when a nightmare gets loose. They generate rather strange anomalies, if you will.
Oh, we're stealing something. I think that's Krieg's department. What's going on with Krieg in the back?
Krieg's in the back room! Not in the back rooms. He's not being chased by monsters.
Yet.
Not yet. So Krieg, you are definitely behind like a stack of crates as you see these flamingos like putting boxes down everywhere. Can you give me a 20-sider though?
Sure.
Alright, so 13, a success. You notice two things. Firstly, there are a lot of flamingos. Like, you know that Bobbitt's Casino and Spa was protected and he had all of his family there.
Mm-hmm.
But for the record, there are a lot more flamingos than you think were there, based on the number that have won the report of being thrown into the blizzard. Based on like the number that you are seeing here, the number that you've seen around town, and you still haven't seen like any of the named ones. You haven't seen Billiam, you haven't seen Bobbert, you haven't seen Elizabeth. I can't remember Nika's one's name off the top of my head.
I probably said that incorrect.
Oh yeah, and you haven't seen Uncle Jimothy. Like Uncle Jimothy's not here either.
Okay. So that's kind of raised up. That's concerning. Then he kind of ducks back down.
And it's just like, oh, go ahead.
In my position, I have Amelia's sorting box, which is a smooth black box with a glossy finish. For 1 AP, I may open the box and a tiny diorama of the room you are in appears inside, and the content of the real room around you can harmlessly move about, sorting and organizing themselves in an ideal state. Does that mean the box does it on its own, or I'm moving things around?
You're moving things around. Like,
okay.
you can reach into this box and pull an item out, and then it would, like, once you did, it'd become, like, full size.
Okay, so I'm going to also play a magic item box. Is there anything, by looking in the sorting box, is there anything I would be suspicious of, or anything important?
Yeah, you, So two things. You find, firstly, you find ammo for Caram's gun, the Consonant typewriter. Like, a lot of it. Like, you can give this to Caram at any point. There are 100 rounds, which is very expensive for this.
Mm-hmm.
For that gun. And also, you find, hidden in a box, like, as you're, like, moving stuff around, hidden in a box of lemons, inside one of those lemons is a, how do I do this? I wasn't expecting this at this point. Whoops. Oh. Krieg loses something.
And right now there's 3 things. The Nightmare Crystal, what you're about to introduce to us, and the bullets.
Yeah, you can either drop 100 bullets, drop the Nightmare Crystal, which you will have, the yoink, like, you happen upon that. Oh, here's what you find. You find,
Shush, Seth. Quiet.
What's that?
I'm just talking to Seth.
Yeah, you find one of those, like, hookah things, like a big one, like a group, like up to 8 people could use this one at the same time and share a single dream. You can basically inception people with this. It is a legitimate item in it. I'm gonna find it real quick. But yeah, so Krieg's got this big fucking hookah.
And then do I drop it because...
Are you dropping this?
Well, I'm asking, pretty much.
I am giving you the choice of dropping whichever one that you want. You can leave behind the weapons, and you can leave behind the ammo, which is a lot of money. Like, Krieg knows that that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can leave behind the Nightmare Crystal, or you could leave behind this hookah.
Well, he doesn't know about the Nightmare Crystals. I'm going to keep that. He personally would want the hookah because that's... unless he can sell... Well, he's not going to sell the ammo to Caram. That's just rude. So it'll probably be the hookah. he kind of reaches in there and he grabs it. When it gets bigger, he's not expecting it that quickly, so it kind of crashes and then falls down. Is there like a manager's office in this warehouse I can find some paperwork from?
You dropped the hookah?
Yes.
I was just copy and pasting. It's called the device. But yeah, it breaks, and the two flamingos just turn and look at you and like, wait, who are you?
Don't ask questions.
What are you doing back
runs
here?
Away.
Are you running like deeper into the warehouse or out the way you came?
Deeper into the warehouse. He just like, don't ask questions, and then runs.
Hey, you guys haven't seen Krieg for a while? And you just heard like what sounded like shattering glass from the back room?
Yeah, I'm gathering Krieg's getting in trouble. I just figured this out. Yeah, so at this point, is it fair to say we're noticing Krieg is gone?
Yes, you're definitely noticing that Krieg is gone. Like, both of these flamingos have been like, there's the one that you've been talking to. He is busy trying to like gather up all of the crystals that he can, like that were left on his little like tasting menu. The one behind the bar that was handing out drinks has like been super mollified by Caram like yelling at him. And he's like, I was told to kill nightmares. I don't know why he's so mad at me. Mean. People are mean.
Do we have any way of figuring out where he went, or?
Yeah, I would say that you guys could like parse that Krieg went. Like you said, last you saw him jump behind the bar. Like everybody else was fooled, but you guys know that Krieg wasn't drunk because you didn't see him drink any of that drink.
Yeah. The question here is if we can manage to slip back there and also remain stealthy while back there to extract him. Or do we just get dirty?
Oh yeah, that's up to you guys.
We're still in. So the costumes that we have, do you think they reasonably conceal identity?
Yo, they definitely they think you are Ezhno. 100%. They think that you are Ezhno, like some amazing trader that even because Caram mentioned Holt, and Holt is known for like the best traders, so they think you are extravagantly wealthy.
But in terms of just like appearance, if I were to come back without the glamour, the illusion, like
yeah, I would say that like
they had no idea that the four of us were here.
If they roll high, then they might be able to piece it together, but it'll probably take like multiple success rolls or a 20 on their part to like recognize you. But even then, it would be tricky. You guys are in pretty good disguise.
What do you say, Nichol? You wanna apply some blunt instrument? You want to assess this problem as a nail and do what you do best?
You want to murder some folks?
Absolutely, I do. This is something where I think a hammer is needed, and
we do need a hammer here. And as long as they don't know it's us, this might actually give us the leverage we need to take this over.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did that count as one of my 3?
Oh, I did. Oh, damn it.
Well,
yeah,
not that Joaquin would know this, but
is Joaquin really your friend, though? Do we really know that yet? I'm joking.
Yeah, I would accept that as one of you 3 for sure. Like you say out loud that you're ready to go to violence. Like Joaquin gives you subtext situations, just like, do we need to get dirty, like kind of deal. And fucking Nichol's just like, yeah, I'll hurt these motherfuckers.
In for a penny.
So Caram, the one behind the counter, actually hears like Nichol say that, and he starts reaching for the shotgun again, but like you are in position to stop him immediately if you want.
Just Caram slowly looks at him. You really want to try this? Do you really want to try this?
Oh yeah, roll me a 20-sided for like give him that intimidation. But like I'm gonna give you the next level effect based on the fact. Oh,
Oh!
The fucking
Oh,
truck!
No intimidation. None. You get shot instead.
That's-
That's
That's at least 3 natural ones, so,
huh?
Two of which have come from me. I look
no.
continue.
How does intimidating somebody go so bad? Like, what is the worst that could happen with that?
He laughs in
Panic
your
shooting.
face and shoots you.
It's like you trying to do the Dirty Harry speech, like, do you feel lucky? But it's an uwu speak or something. It's just terrible.
No, I would never do that.
I know. I'm giving an example of how that might.
Do ooh feel lucky, punk? Well, ooh you.
No, please, just let him shoot me.
Yeah, no, that's more dignified.
I'd rather be shot than that.
I think that happens. Like not the uwu part. I think this is like you do just get shot through the like straight through the bar. He doesn't even raise it all the way up. He just like pulls the trigger, and like Caram goes flying across the bar and hits the other wall.
Of course.
well...
How much is that?
Can I take my pistol out and just shoot him? I'm right next to him, aren't I? Because he just served me.
Oh no, the other one. Caram was at the
Oh, my
bar.
bad,
You're
my
at the
bad.
you're at the dispensary bar. Caram was at the actual bar.
Right.
But yeah, you guys can do whatever you want to him. Like Caram's like 4 damage, but like your
Had a shield
uniform
on.
or like underneath it was like took the blunt hit of it. You're not bleeding out or anything. Like you're wearing basically a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I'll turn around and shoot him. I'm sure Nichol's got his own.
Yeah, I'm using trusty Fable, and this time I'm going close quarters with that guy with the shotgun.
Don't worry, Truffles is there to help.
Just starts kicking around. Like you just see a stool go flying in the air, and the flamingo with the shotgun like knocks it away, and then like raises gun again. And this is where, all right, Joaquin, do you want to shoot at that guy?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at him.
All right.
It's like the first bit of combat I've had in 3 seasons, only the preseason.
So a tough choice. Joaquin, you can make the shot and like take out this flamingo, like just like put one right between his eyes at the bar. But if you do that, the one right next to you, the one that you've like tipped and befriended, is gonna like lunge at you with a knife and like sink it into your shoulder. Alternatively, like you can see the like one with the knife like, freaking out a little bit, like going back and forth, and it doesn't know if he should stab you because like he's honestly intimidated by you and likes you. So he's just like, what? And like you can convince him. You can take a second to convince him to put the knife down and let Nichol handle the shotgun one, or you can get stabbed in the shoulder and kill the one behind the bar. That's up to you.
So I can either take a knife to the shoulder, kill the one far away. I can convince him to put his knife down and let Nichol take the other one out, or I can just shoot the one in front of me.
Yes.
Let's do shoot the one in front of me, because I see where this is going.
He just goes, "Bloop." His like knife hits the floor, and like that flamingo just like collapses to the ground.
Do you want to murder more flamingos?
And Nichol, go for it. Like the only one left in this room is the shotgun one,
All right, then.
and he's already been hit by a stool. It's a tough choice. Yeah, it's a simple tough choice. Do you get shot? And while you take this flamingo out, or does Truffles get shot trying to take this one out?
No, I take the shot. Or, I mean, I take the hit. And even while taking the hit, just, too much momentum. So, yeah, still managed to sink Fable in time, but take the hit in the process.
Absolutely. Like you get...
Truffles look at you and moo.
Yeah, Truffles is just like elk scream. It was like, all right. Oh, that's 4 damage from that shotgun, by the way. And now everybody that's left in here is fleeing out of here. It's just like all these rich people just to go scurrying away. You hear like people in the back yelling, but they're yelling because they're chasing after Krieg. So Krieg, you hear gunshots like rattling going in the bar next to you as like you're being chased through this place looking for an office.
Oh man. Where's
So
that
that's
game
what's
office?
happening. Caram, like, you can, like, pull yourself off this table. Like, you're just kind of sitting on a table right now. Maybe a rib broken.
Oh, great. Well, the fracture got worse.
Krieg is just dropping trackers in various boxes as he's running away.
Pick yourself up, boys. We gotta get out there. We gotta get Krieg out of here.
Yeah.
Just elk scream, and then fucking Truffles, like, mows down the secret door.
All, Kool-Aid Man style.
You basically, yeah, 100% Kool-Aid Man situation. But,
Oh,
you know, with a fucking buffalo made out of mushrooms. So, Toast, go ahead and roll me a 20-sided for Krieg. Alright. So, 13. You are keeping ahead of them just fine. Like, they're looking for you, and sometimes they're shooting at you, and, like, one of them yells, "Don't hit the merchandise!"
Hit the merchandise. It's not worth it. Also, why is there so many of you? Stuck.
And it's just like, there he is. And it's just like, doesn't he match the poster by the boss? It's just like, Lizard, he didn't have a fedora in the poster.
Wrong lizard, fuck off. Why is there so many of you? Ducks.
Yeah, you guys all got 5 AP back, but I don't know if any of you spent AP.
I have. So
Okay, so if you have...
Yeah, I can get it back.
Yeah. So if you have spent it, go ahead and refill it by 5, because 3 ones. So yeah, you guys, like, walk into the room, and you see, like, peeking out from behind boxes are 2 flamingos, like, firing at Krieg. Like, you can see Krieg. Like,
I'm still running around. I'm not staying in one spot.
Okay, you can see Krieg, like, gecko scuttle between, like, multiple, like, shelves, and then totally shooting
on
at him.
all fours, like gecko, like when they're on the wall, and they're just like, "Whoa."
Is that how Krieg runs? Like, I don't actually know, but it's very funny.
It's more panic run because he's getting shot at, so I'd say yeah. But normally it's 2. Plus he's yelling up, insults and asking why there's so many of you.
It also sounds like when he's running around, it does that, like, because all of his toes are basically little suction cups. So you're hearing that every single, like, it's just an amazing sound effect for everybody. I just need you to know how that sounds.
Are you sure we have to help him?
You're a terrible shot. Your mother should be disapproved. Why is there so many of you?
I am going to roll both of their attacks now. Hold on. Let's see how this works. And one of them's a good shot. So Krieg, one of them does manage to wing you, like, right at, like, your shoulder. Like, you get a, like, graze. It takes 2 damage off you. And the other one has a tough choice. He's lining up the shot, ready to go. Like, oh, which one's a roll? Which one's a 1? We'll say this other one's a 1. Like, we'll say you got winged, and then the tough choice one becomes a 1. And he goes to fire, and then it's jammed. It's like, click, click. It's like... And the ones are like, I told you to get that fixed. And, like, Nichol, or Caram, or Joaquin, all 3 of you are standing directly behind these 2 flamingos.
Bound, you can have this one.
I'm not hesitating. I'm just running up, just kicking one right in the back of the head.
Oh, for sure. And with making that a 1, it's fine. Like, absolutely. Like, you just did it. Like, are you looking to kill it or knock it out?
I'll knock this one out.
All right. So yeah, it just like bashes its head off the ground, and then it's just out. And Joaquin and Nichol, the one that actually like winged Krieg, turns around and he's just like pointing his gun at you. But both of you two have the jump on him, so you can do whatever you want.
All right. I think I'm actually going to try to use Thorn to stab this guy and maybe, ideally, get enough cold in him to slow him down.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes to hit you and shoot you, and like, where's the thorn hit him?
I'd say the thorn would be. I'd be trying to go for the shoulder with the gun.
Oh yeah. So he like, you see the thorn sink in, and he drops the gun, and he like falls to. Wait. Can flamingos fall to their knees? Which way do flamingos' knees bend? No, they bend the wrong way, so if he fell to his knees, it'd be really weird, wouldn't it?
It'd be funny.
A little bit.
Yeah, so that's 100% how he falls. Like, inverted knees, so it looks like he's kind of just sitting down with his legs pointing at you, Joaquin, as he's like holding his shoulder. And he's just like, I knew we were gonna get robbed. Stupid doorman.
So I'm gonna use just to dispatch this latch. Or wait, so one's on its knees and then the other one, Caram's dealing with the other one?
Yeah, Caram knocked out the other one, so the other one's unconscious. Oh, let me do this one. Here we go. Oh, I didn't have his.
We're leaving these unconscious? Like, seriously?
Oh no, I'm taking this one with.
I'm gonna use declare.
Okay.
And declare is just, I'm just basically gonna say to this last one, like what's Krieg's fake name?
Oh god, what is Krieg's fake name?
I know, we're gonna have to all solidify our fake names here.
It's just Toast.
It's just Toast. That's hilarious. I just ended up using my online name. I think that ends up being funnier.
Or he's from what was that? The Pasturelin? That's where his fake place is. But Toast, yeah, that works.
So yeah, you got these guys down. What were you gonna say to him?
Don't you lay a hand on Toast, which is related to my loyalty ideal.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna succeed in a basic attack. I'm just gonna shoot him.
And he's gonna die. Alright. So you guys do hear like more people like coming here, like a lot. Like coming to the warehouse, like you hear like trucks pulling up and stuff as like people are running all around.
We need to leave.
Do you want a distraction?
Well,
idea.
Just Caram slowly reaches.
No heroics. Nobody gets left behind. We all leave here together.
Okay.
Do we want the supplies to survive?
The lemons?
There's probably more in here.
I mean, do we have like a good sample of what they were dealing? I don't think we need the supplies to survive. Just yeah.
I can start them on fire if you want.
Yeah, fire.
I was thinking a snowstorm myself, but
whatever
fire might work better.
Whatever's convenient to get something grand and distracting for us to get the hell out of here.
All right. Yeah, Caram's just gonna stick the Draconis into some of the boxes.
So Krieg walks up to Caram, who's like, fire, fist bump, and then they both start lighting a fire.
All right, so both of you roll me 2 20-sideds because double up.
Oh, great! 2 chances for 1. Let's go. Hey, I won!
the die hit the... Oh my god, it did. You did roll a 1.
It was on the second dice, too!
Oh, come on.
Hey, Krieg, you want to see if you can get a 20?
Alright, so like regular Joaquin, everything went well, and now Dark Joaquin, everything was poorly?
It seems to be. Okay, so there wasn't a 20, so we don't get a natural... We get to eat that 1. Oh, I'm sorry. So, Krieg did not roll a natural 20, so we're gonna take that 1, and like, you stick the Draconis in there, and again, I've described the Draconis, and like, I think maybe this is the first time that Joaquin gets to see it. Like, you know what Bud K catalog is? Like, the super tacky swords that you buy at the mall and stuff? That's what the Draconis looks like.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, it's gold, and the handle looks like dragon wings, and the tip of the hilt looks like a dragon's mouth, and it's breathing flame, so the blade kind of looks like a dragon's flame, and it's got like a really like shitty looking ruby that definitely rattles.
It comes from the combination fairy statue, anime poster, sword store.
100%.
Yeah,
it looks like it might as well be made of. But I only say that because every single time he uses it, it's like he gets so bad rolls. And
what do you mean? The first time I used this, it went perfectly fine.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that you used it like...
No, it burned that anthill down.
Oh, it's gonna burn this building down too. Don't you worry.
I'm about to lose a sword, aren't I?
No, you get to bring it with you. When you stab it in there, what is Caram's nightmare?
Which one?
Just... If Caram feared a monster, what would it be?
Oh, monster? That one's hard to answer.
I was about to say, I already like reminded Caram of his worst fear today, and it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Joaquin already did mention my sister, which I saw blow up with me. I don't think that there's much worse that I can see.
Oh, no, then I got it. I got this 100%.
Oh, no.
So, as Caram sticks the sword into this box, like, you guys, the camera would see that it goes through the box and hits a large black crystal. And, like, chips of it go flying as the flame sets this crystal on fire. And the entire place floods with thick black smoke. Like, and it's so thick. And, like, all of you are just, like, seeing, like, strange demons and stuff, but, like, they're all super nebulous to you guys. Like, it's going to be difficult to get out of this building, but not, like, super scary. You guys have fought scarier things. But then the room starts exploding. Like, and these explosions are real. Like, you hear, like, gunfire happening, like, all around you. Like, boxes of ammunition are, like, up in flames and firing everywhere. And Caram, forward, like, just barely still in sight, but looks almost like it's down a hallway. You see your sister running.
Jesus Christ.
100%, like 1,000%, you know that this is your sister.
Sorry guys. Yeah, Caram's right after her.
Just gonna drop your flamingo? Like, leave your flamingo?
God damn it.
Right next to the fire, yep.
Nichol, get him.
Where do flamingos go?
I don't even wait for the command. I'm running after Caram.
Alright.
Well, that's unfortunate. How on fire is this place?
A lot. Also, like, you can't even see the shelves. It's pitch black in here now. Like you don't even know. Like, you see where Caram ran, but like you guys are all standing in basically the void. That's how like smoky and dark this is.
Second time I've been in a void. Well, well, do you got any ideas as we wait for the big, strong people to go run after each other?
Well, actually, one of the things I was going to do is I was actually going to use my lyric ornament to try to contact Caram. It's going to be tough, but it's worth a shot.
Please, well.
Oh yeah, you guys can communicate with each other for sure. What's the like? Caram, you've already made it out the door. Like, let me move you here. Oh, do I still got people on the screen?
Yeah, there's still everybody here.
That's weird. That shouldn't be there. Goodbye. All right. No, wait. Yeah, there you go. So, Caram, you are chasing after your sister 100%. Like, and like every time you get close, she just like turns a corner.
Yeah, I'm not slowing down. I'm chasing after her. For fuck's sake, Bola, stop running!
I mean, at least they got out. So, can Krieg and I see that at least they've exited, so we can make our escape as well?
Yeah, you could definitely give that a shot for sure.
Yeah, let's. I don't want to interrupt the scene here.
Yeah, you two can make it out of there. You're just gonna be behind them.
I was just worried he was gonna dive deeper into the warehouse and be stuck in the inferno.
I think you guys can still follow where they went, and since Caram is like following a nightmare, that's not gonna keep him in that place. But we'll go.
Okay.
Well, let's go follow the hole in the void. This way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, Truffles, let's go.
Yep, Truffles is elk screaming and out. Alright,
Follow the sound of the elk.
Is it bad that now that I've thought about it, I'm just imagining this elk just dressed up all fancily?
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't even think about that. But obviously, it's. Yeah.
It's dressed like one of those like little schnauzers, like the little fucking like accessory pet. You know what I mean? But for some reason, like that's the only reason they let it in. They believe tiny.
Like a greyhound in a turtleneck that looks like its credit score is better than yours.
Yes. It's exactly that. Alright, Nichol, how are you gonna try to like convince him to slow down?
Alright, well, I'm using the lyric ornament, which it has that little extra thing, so...
This message brought to you by Bobbert's Casino and Spa, where you'll find lemons on our table, but not in our slots.
All of a sudden, all of the flamingos turn and look at Caram. It's just like, he's over here!
Caram, you need to listen to me right now. I don't know what you're going through right now, what that smoke is doing. I can only imagine. But you need to listen to me. What you're doing, you're going to get yourself into a trap. You are going to get yourself killed. Chasing after some damn ghost. I made sure to get you out of a horrible situation once. I'm not losing you to another one. Listen to me. Come here so we can all get out of here and get out of here safe.
Yeah, Caram, do you think that you would listen, or do you want that to be a roll?
I'm going to say this right now. It's enough to make Caram stop for a second, but it's obvious that Karam's looking back and forth and is about to start running again.
Listen to my voice. I don't know what you're seeing. What sort of... I don't know. Maybe it's you lost someone. Maybe it's something you missed. But here's the thing. Whatever you're chasing, it's not here now. We are. Those kids, that orphanage, they're here now. You need to be here for them. You don't need that. Whatever it's there. You can always try to find it again. You can always start over. But don't go chasing after something else and leave behind what you already have. I've made that mistake in my life too many times. Don't do it, Caram, please.
He can see Caram he can see like him starting to take a step and stopping and just actually like really deciding. And as he mentions the kids and things like that, Caram just slowly starts thinking of when he was underground and got affected by the nightmare demon. Just remembering the nightmare that put him through. He just slowly looks where his sister went and he can't bring himself to take a step in either direction as he just falls to his knees.
I'm going to go up there and, with Caram not moving, gonna try to give him a hug and just let it stay there for a long time. In fact, related to that, I don't think I'll ever get a better chance to use this card, so...
Oh, is it that hug card?
It is. It seems appropriate.
Aww.
A moist hug.
And
Hilarious.
that's sweaty.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably say like it's a sweaty situation, but so we're not gonna like get into that scene, but you guys all make it back to Sal's bar.
Before
Like-
that happens,
go ahead.
something I like to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's a bunch of flamingos showing up, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of other people showing up to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd like to look over to Joaquin and be like, so what I think we should do is drop our disguises, blame the flamingos, and put out the fire. What do you think?
This is exactly why we needed to be partners, my friend.
Right, and he kind of grabs your hand, for a handshake, and then I've got the ability Bridge Building, which costs 6 AP, but once a session, you may use this move to create an opening for the party, a literal path, an extra chance, or a little Deus Ex Machina. And I'd like to use that to pin all the blame on the birds and then put out the fire.
Yeah, you see, and this was exactly the angle I was gonna go for, Toast, and you've already done it. It's just beautiful.
So let's drop our disguises while the black smoke is still about.
Yeah, no, absolutely, let's do it.
And then be loudly shouting, and then putting out this fire.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. You guys are putting out the fire, and you see some of Sal's men's, the Linkertons are coming up, and they're just what's going on? They smell.
Flamingos, they started fire on their opium den.
Good heavens, we came as fast as we could.
It's the Wander Crew's here. Oh, thank heavens! And you see Sal is ever seen Gangs in New York where the one politician was dressing up like a fireman too? So this Sal has a fireman's hat on, and he's just whatever 1930s fireman has. There's we must put out the fire. It's just these blasted flamingos, and he gives Krieg and Joaquin a wink, wink. And
Save the innocent! Stop the flamingos!
It's just those aren't regular fires. That's some kind of magical fire. And it's just he's standing up in front of and he's not putting out the fire at this point, other people are, but he's standing up. He's just and we must push to keep this kind of magic out of the hands of our kids and off our city streets.
And it pulls out some crystals that he conveniently found on the ground. Sal, look! I found these on the ground next to the flamingos. He holds up the evil opium crystals.
And he grabs them and he's just look at this! Look at what these people are doing to our fine city!
They happen to be the black crystals.
And I'll also yell out there, look what it did to my friend. And you see how Caram is in Of course.
Oh, fucking using grief? Using grief like this!
The pathos!
Krieg kind of goes up to one of the frog people that are helping put out the fire, and he puts his hand on his leg. It's like, no, look, my best friend, he has been torn by drugs because I forced them onto him because he said no. Oh, and he gives him a hug and starts crying into the frog shirt.
These cursed fiends!
Yeah. Caram?
Out of the needle's fault. Robert, how could you?
Yeah. Caram, just listen to me. You're here. It'll be okay, alright? I'm here. We're all here.
Sal
The crew
goes
ain't
up.
abandoning you.
Sal, again, 12-foot tall flamingo, tries to get like Krieg, Nichol, and Caram in just one big hug. He's like, my friends! My true allies, the Wander crew, who saved the city time and time again, and in just 2 days' time we will have the Weast in their honor! So please, everyone, say no to drugs. And he just starts crying, like sobbing.
Kind of pats his hand on Sal's shoulder. If you
Oh,
see any
Sal is a
flamingos,
salamander, my bad.
if you see any flamingos, please report them to your local authorities. They
Don't
must
be
stopped.
prejudiced! We don't need racism in this town. We have enough trouble. It's if they sell drugs. Drugs, god damn it.
Drugs are evil. If you see anyone peddling drugs, as he kind of flips, I'm sorry. I have bad prejudice, but I will put my prejudice aside to help the community. I only want drugs to be out of our fine city.
And we'll do it. We'll get it done. Starting today. And he just starts sending the Linkertons to round up the flamingos. It's like, send them back to continent where they came from.
Try to start up a chant. No more drugs.
No more drugs.
Yeah, while they're doing that, I'm going to keep checking on Caram, make sure he's actually coming out of this.
I think so, with your successful rolls.
He's definitely he's coming out of it, but the only
Except
reason
the fun
his
drugs.
ears,
Except the fun drugs.
Yeah.
his ears are bent over his horns. The only reason they're not completely down is because of his horns.
Yeah, I'm going to whisper to Caram. Hey, whatever you saw, after we're done, we can talk about it, alright? Just, hey, I was here for you before. I'm going to be here for you still, you know?
Caram just
Joaquin,
slowly
let's
sighs.
go. Sorry.
Just looks up, acts for the first time since the start. Just actually looks Nichol in the eyes and just slowly nods.
Absolutely. So, oh, sorry, Krieg, you were going to say something right there.
I was going to say, Joaquin, help me put out these fires. We need to get more water on these. We don't want them spreading to the other buildings.
Absolutely. Let's get some water on these.
And, I think absolutely you guys all take care of the fires, and, some people definitely have some adverse reactions to the fumes of the nightmare, but most of them, they have no idea why, a Warpleting a female Warpleting is running away from them, because they're seeing Caram's nightmare. But for most people, it's not a nightmare, it's just a person running away from them. But, after it all, calms down, Sal meets you guys in the bar, and he's, pulls off his fireman's hat, and he's just like, that was a good show.
Well, I think it came off the top of my head.
Theatrics is my specialty.
It's just I feel like I'm leaving the underground of this city in good hands. But before we settle up here, and he pulls out a very thick envelope, and he's just like, for you, and to track down more information if you could. Included inside are all expense paid tickets to the resort at Consonant. For all of you, your entire crew. Go as a unit and find out what you can. obviously, don't tell your full crew what you're there for. They need to think that they're there for rest and relaxation, when you know this is an intelligence gathering mission.
Truffle sees Caram is still kind of down. He'll try and give him that lick on the face to make him feel better.
What does Truffle's tongue feel like?
That sounds horrifying.
Is it cat-like? Is it cow-like? Is it just a mushroom? Is it the devil's tongue mushroom or the devil's fingers mushroom? Is that what it's like? Is it stink flower?
Let's go with stink flower, because why not?
Gross.
God, that smells. Okay, I'm focused again. Stop.
Okay, Caram, he's happy. Oh, okay, Truffle, he's happy again.
Yeah, Caram, stop licking truffles.
Where did you say the tickets were to? Constance?
Consonant. I will show you on the map.
Consonant.
Yep, consonant.
So the whole crew just got tickets to Ryza. I mean, consonant. I'm sorry.
They all just got amazing tickets to the resort, and like it doesn't say Bobbert anywhere on this ticket. Like the consonant is not ruled by Bobbert. It's like, but Bobbert and his like ilk are there as well. So it's you guys' mission to figure out as much as you can about it, while the rest of the crew is having a nice relaxing day.
Right, exactly. On Ryza, I mean consonant.
Exactly.
Got that multipass.
Multipass. So yeah, and it's just like free massages and like it's a 5-star resort situation. Like you guys are going to be able to like do whatever you want. And that's for tomorrow's game. And that is the end of Dark Necessities. And that game went fucking buck wild.
So many ways.
Yeah,
that went some really interesting places.
I was not ready for that.
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't think of anything, and then my first thought was, what do people around here fear? The otters. That's the only thing I can think of that would top what Nichol said.
Yeah, and also, there's still 2 other questions to Nichol, which I'm sure won't come back to haunt me later.
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
I'm sure. Yeah, nobody's had no one here has had conflict or dark character developments at all.
I don't feel traumatized at all.
I'm very happy that we established that you guys are doing bad things, but for like what you see as good reasons, and like everything that you guys have done tonight makes sense for you guys' character and makes sense why you wouldn't be telling the crew that you're doing it. Because like Nichol straight up murdered like multiple people, and so did Joaquin, and so did Caram.
I just blame the flamingos.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this was far from Nichol's first time murdering people, and second, as we remember, he once blew a hole in the sub.
Right?
Joaquin's turning over a new page, a page filled with murder.
Just page full of guns. So recap real quick is like, so we saw the dark seedy underbelly of Dyad, which Sal originally was that he was like the kingpin, but now that you guys made Reedy more of a political threat to him, he has decided to go legit. And when he would decide to go legit, it left a power vacuum. And he was expecting it to take a while and little gangs to fill up the vacuum, but instead Bobbert just moved in with his people, and they are making drugs out of these dream crystals that you guys have been finding. Like you guys as players know that it's the dream worm, and they are using that. It's actually not Bobbert. Bobbert's not the leader of this. It's just he's the face. We know by storyline, it's actually Elizabeth who leads this mob because she's the one that started it. And with that, he's started, and they were selling dream drugs, and these drugs just make your dreams come true for a very short period of time. At least you feel them come true. They were making a deal with somebody from Yoke. We haven't seen them because they decided to fucking lay low after like half the city was on fire and all the flamingos blamed for it. Caram decided to burn down a warehouse, which was a smart idea, like give him a distraction, but that one made Caram's nightmares come true, and he was chasing him, like tracing the ghost of his sister through the city. But Nichol talked him down really good. But then Krieg and Joaquin took perfect advantage of the situation, laid all the blame at the flamingos' feet, and got them kicked out of the city. And now Sal's starting a fucking like anti-drug campaign and has gotten a lot of very loyal supporters now. Like, you guys have really made Sal's political career come full circle.
Now Krieg runs the fixed boxing and makes tons of money.
Oh, Krieg's gonna start fixing boxing matches. Excellent. Look forward to seeing it.
Yep, our good friend Don Krieg.
So yeah, thank you all for playing. I felt like that game went amazing.
I had fun. It was rocky start, but we got there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just like 2 missions in a row that like had a little bit of bumps, but you still got the job done.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that really went some interesting places.
Yeah, you know, the real world is messy, so...
I love that in my first game I rolled 2 nat ones, in this game I rolled 2 nat ones.
Yeah, you know, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
Fuck it. I did not know that Ox was sketches of everything along this way again.
Wait, Ox, oh no.
Amazing. He's, as always, just amazing.
Yeah.
That
last one's hitting me.
I'm a real big fan of the Joaquin and Nichol like deadpanning next to each other. It's very.
Why did you have to?
Do check out the art channel because.
Apparently Nichol and Joaquin are now Caroline and Justine.
Yeah, no, Valentina does some amazing work in the art channel. Do check it out.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well
I got a free sketch out of it too.
So thank you all so much for playing. We are playing tomorrow's game, which is Feel It Still. And that is, it's a hybrid game of like, we have a list of players, but I'm going to be calling you guys in. So please, like if you signed up for the wait list of that game, be ready to be called into that call tomorrow.
Feel it still. I have to go look.
Yeah, good enough. We get to, and like, Soki's wearing a bathing suit.
Oh yeah.
Which is very funny. Alright, that's me saying goodbye. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, like a whole heck of a lot. So yeah, I think you did all the announcements and everything. I don't have anything else to add right here. So we're gonna basically just say bye forever and see you guys tomorrow for Feel It Still.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thanks to the game.
Bye.